to today's video. Today's video is going to be another home projects video, fixing up these dining room chairs. I'm also going to include a little clip here and there of the other home projects we've done. We quite literally just moved back in last week, and I've already done some stuff, so I hope you enjoy. We built a bookshelf. I ordered a bookshelf like right when we were moving back in, because I wanted to make sure that we had more space. I've run out of space on my bookshelves for all my books, and I just wanted a little bit better organization. It's not 100% complete. I'm planning on doing that today, but I'll show you it in a little bit. And then I did paint the bedroom wall. I'll insert the clip I took earlier right here. But it just needed some touch-ups, so I went ahead and touched that up. And then the other project I did, which coincides with these chairs, is I painted the fabric on these black. It is a little bit stiffer. Like I said, it is a little bit stiffer, and it kind of looks weird with the lighting. Just the fabric type and like the amount of paint that was put on there. You can see like there's a little stripe that looks like there was a little too much paint that wasn't like blended out. But overall, I think it looks way better. It's like shiny in the light based off of the fabric type and the paint on it. So all of this is black. But if you like step backwards, I think it just looks a lot nicer than the like blue-green color that they were. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a sander and sand these down just slightly so that I could paint the correct black paint on top, so that it'll be blue table, black chairs, fully black chairs with like the black fabric. So I'm hoping that looks good. So this is the state of my desk. I need to organize it because I moved it. It was over here, and there was a small bookshelf there. There was a bookshelf in this corner, and then like a little table here. Now we have this bookshelf that was over here in the corner is right here as like a center grounding space. And this bookshelf that has all of my books and some other stuff. And then it looks like that on top, which is not going to stay, but that's what it is right now.
So, what do you guys say?
Hello. I ordered a rollaway island. It came in the mail. I don't think I found anything that had to do with it because it came in earlier this afternoon, and you're about to get the reveal of the island because we built it. And by we, I mean I did 2 steps, step 1 and 2, and Logan did the others, which was a lot. Okay, here comes the grand reveal, almost. I was originally going to put the island along this wall right here because I was like, you know what? It's kind of empty space. It is a storeway space for the island. So this is where I had the idea of letting it live. But I kind of like it here. We're gonna ignore that the step stool is right there. But this is kind of perfect. It's on wheels, as you can see. So like you can roll it anywhere that you need it to go. But it's kind of perfect. We're gonna ignore the Amazon package right there. On this side, you have the back of the thing, the rollaway island. Here's where a towel rack can go. And then you've got the drawers here. Let's put it in 0.5. 2 drawers right here, and then cabinets. 2 cabinets right there. And then this side has an area for spices, so you can like stick your spices or anything in here. And then down here, you're supposed to be able to hang the little hooks where you can like hang your pots and pans, but we're not gonna do that. Hello, I am out of breath. Welcome to another day of this vlog. We are in paint clothes, and we've got all the dining room chairs out here, and that is because I'm about to lightly sand down these chairs and then repaint them black or blackish. Let me show you what I got for paint. So I went to Home Depot to try to look for the same kind of paint that we had for the table, which is this semi-gloss cabinet door trim enamel. We had it in blue for the table, and I was looking for black. When I searched it up, it said black, but then it says deep base. And I looked it up, and it was the same thing that I had pulled up. So I'm really hoping that it's gonna be a good color. Okay, update. I definitely had the wrong paint, and I couldn't find what I was really looking for, so I got this. It's backwards, but it is bare interior, exterior, high gloss enamel, glass-like durable finish, and it is in pure black. I didn't necessarily want glossy, but our table was glossy, so I guess it will hopefully look good. Anyway, my hair is a disaster. I'm going to get to painting, and hopefully this turns out better than the other one would have. Okay, all the chairs are painted. Here's the rest of the paint on the paintbrush. I'm about to go take this to go wash it. This is where we're at. All 6 chairs are done. Now I have to wait for them to dry. I'm literally covered in the black paint. Hold on. And it's on my arm. It wouldn't be me painting if there wasn't a mess. So we'll come back and see this later tonight when they're dry. So I did not get a before of these curtains, but I hemmed them kind of with my hemming tape. So all I did was I marked where I needed to put the tape. I set it up, and they're no longer dragging on the floor. They're sitting slightly above the floor, which is kind of perfect. And I mean, it doesn't look the best, but honestly, not terrible. I think it's just the ends that look weird. So I might like fabric tape that off so that the ends look like crisp or whatever. I don't know. Hello. I forgot to film anything yesterday when I was doing the bulk of the painting, but let me show you where we're at with this. And yes, the dogs are in the cage and they're crying. Ranger, stop. So as you can see, I painted the entire thing the same blue as our cabinets, which I think it just looks very nice. Of course, I need to go back in and like come paint through down here or like underneath here, put a little bit of blue paint so that you can't see the white poking through. But honestly, it was really difficult. It took me way too long to paint this, and it's not perfect by any means. But I didn't think about the fact that like the material of it, like the back, hold on, let me show you the back. The back was a bitch to paint because this is literally just cardboard. So it wasn't, like I tried to very lightly sand it and it wasn't working. I started this one and this whole side here without doing any sort of sanding, and it was literally like bubbling off of the actual thing. So that was really annoying, and you can definitely see spots standing up, like where there's white behind it, because this took me way too long. I was literally painting yesterday from about 11:30 a.m., a.m., all the way until 5 p.m., and I was overwhelmed. Still am overwhelmed, but I got majority of it done. We're gonna ignore that it looked like an egghead because I am about to come back through and like fix some spots so you can really see white on here. And just try to get it a little bit more put together. But overall, I'm very happy that it matches. Let me show you like the whole thing from a farther back view. So from the farther back view, it looks stunning because this was white. And, you know, the white wasn't terrible, but it didn't match any of our cabinets and stuff. And I really just wanted it to match the cabinets. And then, of course, this isn't going to match, like, the coloring of the floor. I would love to be able to stain it, but this is, like, rubber wood. It's not actual wood. So, don't think I can do that. I might be able to do, like, contact paper and make it similar to this, which is definitely a thought. But I'm not doing that yet. But, overall, it looks amazing. Hello, little update. I did come in here and paint the inside. it's definitely not the greatest because this material just doesn't do well with being painted. So there's like some spots, but I don't care that much. The outside looks pretty good. I did update these knobs to be square, similar to these. They're not exactly the same, but they're better. And then painted the drawers. Once again, this material just doesn't do the best with like holding paint. As you can see, it looks really shitty. But I'm about to get some, I forgot what it's called. It's like liners for your cabinets so that stuff doesn't slide. So there's that. And then the other big thing is we got this over the washer storage so that we can store things instead of storing it all right there, which, you know, when we're in a hurry, we still just throw the dog stuff there. But it normally will get organized between that and that. We've got the shoes on the floor, but normally it would go right here. But of course, we were kind of lazy. And when you're in a rush, you're in a rush. But this is the way that we keep our small space organized here. But I'm in love with this. Originally, what I bought had space for 2 here, but with the way that our dryer vent is, we couldn't fit another one back here because the support bar was on the bottom and it was just going to be in the way. Logan tried to make it work, but he couldn't make it work. But that's fine. I like this. This works out, and we're eventually going to make it more clean. But now that's officially the end of this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.